Right? So when you're trying to get to your full potential, it's not necessarily a destination. It's the journey. We always talk about the journey.
Yes.
It's how you're journeying through life, how
Yeah.
you're journeying through your craft. Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work. We are back.
Mm.
I'm going to start this one off a little different. I want to start this off with a quote, and the quote goes, "If you know what you want, go after what you want, and don't worry about what you don't want." One more time for the people in the back. If you know what you want,
Mm-hmm.
go after what you want, and don't worry about what you don't want.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I heard that.
So let's get into this episode, man. Welcome to the Keep It Up Listen podcast, where we discuss lifestyle, fitness, and motivation. I'm your host, Uplifting. I have with me the man behind the camera. Talk to the folks.
What's up, man? How y'all living, man? Hey, thanks for coming back, man. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming back. And if you are watching this podcast, subscribe. Hit subscribe. We always put the podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the like button. It gets us out there to the masses. It gets us to share the message, and it helps us uplift the world. Also, you're listening to us. Share us. We're not selfish. Share it with a friend, someone who needs to hear it, someone who needs to be uplifted. Maybe they don't need to listen to the entire podcast, but maybe just this episode is for them. You know?
We got something for them.
And if you really want to reach us, keepituplifting.com. Keepituplifting.com. You can get the merch. You can wear uplifting merchandise on yourself. You can also watch the videos. It's a one-stop shop, merch store. You could donate. You could leave us a review. And without further ado, let's get into the episode, man.
Let's do it.
We were watching the playoffs.
The finals.
The finals. We were watching the finals, the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. And it was funny because the game was, just going on around us, it seemed, because we was just talking about various things. The man behind the camera is very busy, guys. So for me to be able to sit down and talk with him and enjoy a game, I know it sounds weird, but he's a busy man. He's making so much money that it's hard to get him. So to get him for a game, we were sitting around chatting. We noticed at halftime the Warriors were down by 5-4, something like that.
Yeah,
but they were down at the half.
Something slight.
Right? So third quarter comes around, we still chopping it up, we chatting, and then we start to see the Warriors go on their typical run, kind of put the team away.
Yeah, they was pushing away.
Right? So Steph Curry gets a steal. He passes the ball down court, hits a three, they're up 6. Next thing you know, Steph hits another 3, they're up 9. There's some type of loose ball play that happens. The Warriors get the ball, try to get it to Steph. He misses off the right side of the rim. There's a melee to get the ball. And Andrew Wiggins is wide open. He hits the 3.
Yeah.
And we look at each other and like, man, he's finally potentially reaching his full potential.
Yeah. He's finally there.
Right? So we sat there and we said, man, we should probably talk about that. Like, what does it mean to reach your full potential?
Right.
I'm asking you, what
does
it
it
mean?
mean to reach your full potential?
Yeah.
It means to live up to I believe it means to live up to expectation or live up to your purpose.
Yeah.
Right?
And I like that. To add to that, I would say you actually reach your higher self. You reach your full self, right? You the best you possible.
Yeah.
Right? And it was crazy because Andrew Wiggins was drafted 2014, number one overall, right? To Cleveland, and he's looked at to be the savior. Right? They're going to build around him.
They were going to build around him. That was before LeBron came back.
Right.
Yeah.
So the crazy part is, next thing you know, he's moved over to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And in Minnesota, he's looked at to be the guy.
Yeah.
And then it's starting to be a draft bust conversation about him.
It's taking him a while.
It's taking him a while. What's going on with this kid?
Yeah.
And we looked at that 3 as being so pivotal because it's like, man, he may be here. Last series he was getting off.
I mean, just his highlight reel alone is
Right.
like, bro, he's been banging
This
on
playoffs, right?
He's been banging on some significant characters.
D'ing Luka up,
Yeah.
one of the, not strapping him up, not stopping him, but slowing him down.
Bro, he's showing his He's showing what he was drafted for.
What he was drafted for.
Athleticism. He's showing his just bounce, speed.
Yeah,
Like you said, I mean, he has defensive prowess too.
But
he's showing he has an all around game.
And think about that. He was drafted 1 year out of college, right? Some of us be 1 year into our business. He was drafted. He only had 1 year at Kansas.
I thought he might have been. He went to Kansas.
Okay. Yeah, 1 year at Kansas. So he's a freshman,
right?
Right. We talked about how there's levels to this.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people are 1 year of their fitness journey.
Mm-hmm.
So you graduated high school at 125.
Yeah.
You weighed 325. You're not gonna be 125 in 1 year. That ain't how that work. Right?
You'll see you 325.
Right?
Funny.
You're not gonna reach it, and you lose 50 pounds and you think you good. No. Yeah. Andrew Wiggins had 2 stops before he got to Golden State.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about him potentially reaching his full potential.
Right.
And we could talk about your favorite player, KD. That's why I put it in there. He spent 1 year at Texas.
Yep.
Came into the league, was looked to turn a franchise around. And it took him 1 or 2 years to become an all-star.
Yeah.
And that's just a piece of his potential.
He kind of, yeah.
Right? So when you're trying to get to your full potential, it's not necessarily a destination. It's the journey. We always talk about the journey.
Yes.
It's how you're journeying through life, how you're journeying through your craft. KD drafted in 2007, second overall pick. Now it's 2022. We're looking at him as one of the best
in the world.
Yeah. 15 years later. Right? If we even take it back to Golden State, that was 2-3 years ago? So that's 12 years later.
Yeah.
If you're just starting your business, you're just starting your fitness goals, you're just starting your career, your money goals.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be mad that you're not a millionaire in 2 years.
Yeah. I get what you're getting at.
You see what I'm saying? It's going to take a while. It's going to take courage because you're going to encounter some stuff.
Yeah.
On your way to your full potential.
The full potential, right.
Right?
Right. And I like what we're talking about here, man. We're not talking about, and this is what people have to realize too, man. Life is not straight lines. Life is a circle. Life is a round. Life is a cipher. So we're talking about the full potential, not necessarily reaching one aspect of your goal. Because some people would be like, I want to be a millionaire. They get to the millionaire, they can still be unfulfilled.
Right.
You understand? We talked about it on the last part when Will was here. Sometimes something could be hindering you're not emotionally fulfilled.
Right.
You're not, your family isn't fulfilled. Just because you're fulfilled in one aspect of life doesn't mean that you're good in the other. What we're talking about is full potential.
Full potential.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to find out what exactly completes you.
Exactly.
Like Andrew Wiggins can dunk.
But
like that's what you feel me?
Yeah.
Like that's what he was doing.
Right.
Like I will bang on you.
I will dunk on you.
Right.
But now
that don't mean nothing.
Now the jump shot is consistent.
Right.
Now your defense is consistent. Now you know what sets you're supposed to be in. You're in the right position on the floor.
Yeah.
But this isn't even his first stop. When you think about how most people are, they're happy to get to the NBA. Right? You're just happy to lose the 20 pounds. It don't stop there. Right?
Yeah.
Then you get in the playoffs. You're just happy to lose the 30 pounds. It doesn't stop there. Then you get to the conference championship. That's 40 pounds. Is this your best look?
Right.
Could you tone it up? Could you look better?
Yeah.
Like, this is a process. So even after becoming a champion, what is next that you're going to champion? What else are you going to champion, right?
Right.
Steph Curry got a championship. He didn't quit playing basketball.
Not at all. He's back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Like Nipsey said. That's why we got Nipsey on the wall, man.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
marathon.
not a sprint, baby.
That's what he's known for. The fact that he always talk about the marathon because it's so relatable to everything.
It's
And that's
relatable.
what it takes to fulfill your purpose.
Really. And a lot of, I feel like people don't deep dive into that of what it takes, what it means for a marathon.
Right.
You got to pace it. Because if you
Definitely.
start
Definitely.
off, because sometimes you start off too hard, you start off too fast, you're gonna get winded.
Exactly.
You're not gonna have what it takes to finish. People gonna surpass you. Then when people surpass you, then you get less and less confident. You might quit the marathon.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the marathon, sometimes you just got to keep that pace.
Exactly. Sometimes you're going to cramp up in the middle of that thing too.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get them electrolytes, stretch that thing out. Do you just quit there?
No.
Right? I mean, we're doing that. We run into situations with the audio here. You know, we have big dreams and aspirations to fill the potential of just this podcast.
Right.
Not even us. And we want to be the #1 motivational podcast.
Yeah, and that's just the first leg of the marathon.
That's just the first leg. We have even greater aspirations for what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You know? It's not reinventing the wheel too. Right? We're not looking to create this different out of this world type of podcast that you can't really connect with, right? Like there are people who have done this before.
Mm-hmm.
There's E.T.
Yeah.
There's Evan Carmichael. There's Gary Vee. There's all these motivational type of people for us to see what they're doing and say, how can we expand on that? How can we make that greater?
Or how can we make it relatable to the people that we know?
Right. How can we connect with our generation and down?
Yeah.
And that's what people get frustrated with when they're trying to achieve certain goals too. Is you're trying to reinvent something that's already been done.
Yeah.
How did they do it?
Yeah.
How you could get Kobe. That's why this is so crazy. Kobe and Michael. Kobe took what Michael did and he said, you know what? I'm going to take his footwork and I'm going to take it to a next level. Kobe's footwork was crazy. So you think about Kobe and how he took Michael Jordan's footwork to the next level, how he took his work ethic to the next level. That's what everybody talks about when they speak about Kobe.
Yeah.
His work ethic.
Well, another thing that they speak about is we're talking about full potential here, right?
Right.
Everyone talks about how Kobe will ask someone how they did. He asked Gary Payton, how you stop everybody
right.
like that?
Right.
They said he asked Tim Duncan on his post moves.
I remember
Kobe full potential.
All-Star weekend, he was shooting left-handed. Just after All-Star weekend. And off the glass. All his off-the-glass shots were just going in. Just expanding himself as much as he can, right? He talking to his people, figuring out how they did it. Then he creates a plan of action. And then he takes massive action. And that's literally what we're doing here. That's what I'm doing with the walking, right? Like, I set a plan out long time ago to walk all those days, and you were like, that's going to be hard on your body. And it was, and it has been.
Yeah.
And it was hard on my mental, too. Yeah. So after I hurt myself, I came back, and I was like, all right, I'm healthy now. Let me try to do it. And the pain was still there, but I'm still working through it. Mom do say get a chiropractor.
Right.
Trying that out, but I'm not quitting, right? Like you reflect and you take massive action. You have a plan that you're going to work no matter what. Why? Yeah. Because you're trying to reach your full potential.
Yes.
You know, it's just understanding that you can grow. Growth mindset is key when you're trying to reach your full potential. That means there are no limitations. Mm-hmm. And a quote by Rumi is, you were born with wings. You're not meant for crawling. So don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. Keep it uplifting. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Keep it uplifting.